Hi everybody, welcome back to the shop. Today we are putting the frame and the engine back together again, remarrying them and taking the fuel tank out. First up, the frame gets a good clean with some degreaser and some shop cloth, a bit of toothbrush action to get it ready to mate back to the engine. As you can see, there's quite a bit of rust in the fuel tank. So next up, I'm going to remove the fuel tank to make it easier to treat the rust. With the fuel tank out, it's time to marry the frame and the engine back together again. Now the engine mounts go on. Now the engine mounts go on the right way round. There seems to be a left and a right engine mount on this bike. Next up, the lower engine mounts go on. Next up, tackle the rust in the fuel tank. First, the fuel tank gets a rinse out with some water to get rid of any debris, sand and loose rust. Next, the rust treatment goes in 2 litres to 9 litres of water, which pretty much fills up this fuel tank, which I believe is 21 litres. The fuel tank gets taped up and a heater goes in to try and keep it up to about 60-ish degrees to speed up the catalyst process. This then sits for 24 to 48 hours. It's time to empty the fuel tank. You can see the water that comes out is a browny rusty colour, just what we wanted. Gets another rinse with some water. And the tank gets taped up once more to add the emulsifier. This emulsifier seals in any oxidized metal and helps to keep the fuel tank clean. After a slosh around, I tip out the emulsifier. And I give the tank a quick dry to empty out as much moisture as possible with the airline, and it sits overnight in a warm room to dry it completely. Thanks for watching. That's the fuel tank all cleaned up. The engine's back in the frame, but we didn't manage to get the forks back on, so hopefully next week we'll get the fuel tank back in the frame and we'll get the forks back on the bike. So that'll give us a rolling chassis again, and we can move forward from there. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, remember, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Hit the notification button if you want to know when I release new videos. Take care of yourselves.